it a little bit at the beginning, but there were many calls and the Stepanova and do extremely well and still succeed.
David, tell us your personal story.
Pressure that made you don't.
I think a lot of the movement, and especially the IOC, are looking at is how do we ensure that this doesn't happen again, and what are the things that we're putting into place.
I think we started the education today with providing a place and a platform for those that are willing to come forth that did cheat and they want to share their stories, because it helps them rehabilitate, but it teaches a lesson. It's just very difficult to reach everyone because, again, you have different cultures, different governments, different societies. So what I think about the IOC, what they're doing, they put everybody on stage for the first time and they really had a discussion. And it's hard to hear, but the only way you're going to solve a problem is hear about the problem.
They stood behind me, and so together we moved forward. We moved forward.
All genders to be able to participate, giving them the opportunity.
Both nationally and internationally. So,
it's a gender issue, as we said earlier. It is not just a women's issue. Boys, girls, men, women are all abused in some way or another. Sport has the opportunity and is taking it to make that difference, and sport can be the leader and the model for other sectors to take action.
Of both top sport and sport for development, but there are three things we have to invest in.
The gender revolution is the leaders are sport. It's not other sectors. It's no one. Very few are doing what sport is doing. The IOC has taken this by the horns, I suppose, as you could say, and they are moving forward. They've got systems for confidentiality reporting, for investigating the issues. They've got these safeguarding tools which are available to everybody, not just NOCs, but anybody who can go on their website and download them.
We are starting to see the light a little bit, which is a good thing. I think in any when there's been a catastrophe or something very negative happen, I do believe that there's positive things and positive steps that can come out of it, and it helps people to re-look at the way things are and to reinforce that foundation and maybe to blow up that foundation and create a new one. And that's what I think a lot of the movement, and especially the IOC, are looking at is how do we ensure that this doesn't happen again, and what are the things that we're putting into place.
Versus not, and we need to be able to implement your contention that there isn't enough training at the moment. I think that more is needed.
I think it's very important for athletes to speak about corruption because it will erode the trust and the integrity of the sports system and even our relationships with our institutions. We dedicate our lives to sport, to representing our country, to reaching that level. Like, Olympism is all we think about, and generally since we were young. And we want to feel like the system and the organizations in place to protect us are doing that. And we need to hold them accountable, but we also need to work with them to find the solution. We need to hold ourselves accountable. We have to dream of sport without corruption. I know there's many schools of thought that will say it's natural. It happens in every different industry, which is true. But I think that sport is one of the only things that unifies the world, that has a very unique power to break boundaries, to make policy change, to be more inclusive, to be a leader, to really lead by example. And we have to keep holding ourselves to that standard. We're not like every other industry. We need to work towards sport without corruption.